Warning. This program may contain foul language and awful arithmetic. It should not be viewed by anyone who is triggered by first start 18 saw 90 with the opponent on the finish, or by anyone learning how to mentally calculate 11 plus 8 plus 26. City Elite Darts reminds you to please add and subtract responsibly. Welcome back, as I assume that you are joining us from the last match, if you're here with us now, in this fourth and final match of Week 8, the penultimate week here of the Quarantine Premier League. As I said, I assume you're just with us, so I won't go too much in depth into the implications here. I will cover those a little bit more as we get into the match, though, in case you are not familiar. Here we'll look at a preview of the players here. So the Beard, Darron Roth on the left on the leaderboard with 4 points from his 2 wins so far in the season. Sweet Action Mike Gilligan on the right, 3 wins and 2 draws for his efforts so far through his 7 matches. I say that 7 because this will be his last match of the regular season here, as the final week will be his bye week. Pretty close in the averages, pretty close in the first 9. Big advantage with Sweet Action, though, in the power scoring there. As we get this game going, the players have already corked, and if they're ready, it is game on. Shoot 'em well, guys.
Shoot well, Darron.
So just to bring these standings up one more time. So, like I said, this is Gilligan's last match of the season, as Darron the Beard going double in style there. Or perhaps a dart left over. Or we've gotten a frozen Darron board. There we go, that looks better. Maybe I never quite cropped it in. Maybe I just had the Marauders board there the whole time.
44.
All right, there we go.
41.
So let's try that again. Okay, so here, Mike's last match of the season. So his last opportunity to get up into 10 points there, overcome Jesse Hopper there, who himself has one more match coming up for the season. I'll bring this back up here. So really still anyone's game in that 4 or 5 position here as we wrap up this regular season. So really critical here for Gilligan to get both of these points, and I hope that he is not surpassed in week 9. Lori Malik joining us in the chat again, giving a wave, saying shoot well. Lori earlier rooting for both these players, standing both these players, as one might say, depending on which sort of lingo you're hip to. which style of vibe you yeet with.
100.
Good ton there from Gilligan. Not quite in checkout range, but close. $53 or $43 there from Darron. Is he
50.
Was that 5 or triple 5 at 12 instead? I guess must have been.
60.
Well, 3 well placed there from Gilligan, though I wouldn't have mind going down to the 19s on the third dart to set up 135 instead of the 134. But it doesn't matter,
26.
as he doesn't need to have that extra dart at a double chance this visit, with Darron still back at the 188. So 6 darts at the 134. And he'll need at least 5 of them.
5, yeah. 68.
43.
66 here for Mike. I think he's going to go treble 10s. Me personally, I like treble 14 for double 12, but I believe Mike is a 10s guy. He is double 20 now. He's also a double 20s guy.
Dot. Third dart.
Exhibit A at opening 24 dart hold. And a decent opener there for sweet action. And looking to respond here, the beard.
Fifteen.
Kenny Johnson joining us in the chat, saying 2 great dudes. Can't pick a favorite here.
10.
Well, Kenny going for a last leg decider, which would be decidedly to Jesse Hopper's benefit, I think, if we were to pick a winner in that outcome.
81.
So that would certainly put the pressure off of Jesse in his next match, which will be against the West Texas Marauder there in that number 3 position. So certainly no gimmies there for the Rattlesnake as he tries to hold on to this precarious playoff spot that he's found himself in.
41.
Slinger saying that match is going to be tense. Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it. That should be a real cracker of a match.
41.
And that one is yet to be scheduled. So far on the docket for next week, we have not a doubleheader like this one was. Just 2 matches on the same day. On Saturday, 2 days from now, the 1st of November, at 1 p.m. Central, we've got Shenandoah Slinger Kenny Johnson going up against Toaster Dave Weiland.
83.
And then later on at 5 p.m. Central, It'll be Silver Fox, Seth Wilkerson, going up against DJ Mike Hughes.
67.
Mike Hughes. And then the other two matches of week 4 are the Beer Darren Ross and Old Boy Jae-Hoon Lim. And then, as I mentioned, Jerry Melendez going up against Jesse Hopper. The West Texas Marauder against Rattlesnake.
100.
Good ton there for Mike to apply a little bit of pressure to this 82. 18 for Bullseye here, but I don't think he's going to go that route. Darren loves to frustrate me with these chances. Oh, well, just an execution error there. Better done. I certainly don't mind the 14 on the first start there to hit tops. As long as you know to switch to the 18s to leave yourself a bullseye finish. And just unfortunate to miss the big number. And the 136 won't go there, so Darren will be looking for a single 17 with his first start.
82.
Frustration from Gilligan there. That flyer of a third dart. Speaking of a flyer, well, not a flyer, but an unfortunate miss there. I think there's that treble 14 he wanted. So I think that leaves double 6 now. I think that's 12 remaining.
Got it.
No, I don't think that's right. Darren, I don't think that's right.
Okay. How can we fix that?
So it was a treble 14, double 5, and a single 3, right?
Double 5, correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
all
that's
right.
45
Damn.
or
Sorry,
55.
How do we fix it? Undo?
Yeah. Yeah, just use the assist just to triple check, but just hit the 3 and then the 14, 14, 14, and 5, 5. But I'm quite sure that you are you wanted the double 6 there.
Okay.
All right, gotta flash it here. The Be Math Aware, folks, it can cost you darts. Cost you chances at legs.
36.
Us.
Double 10 here for Mike. We try to get this back on track. And that's always the issue. It's never, with all these players in the Quarantine Premier League, there's never an issue of intention or cheating or anything like that. It's just the math, just, either bad math or even sometimes just, like I've even been there before. I've just totally let my mind slip and it's been like the right math, just at the wrong numbers for some reason, just like throwing at the wrong thing. Anyway, Gilligan getting through the door there.
$95.
76.
All right, we'll see if we can get this back going. I mean, the darts have still been good. Numbers are not bad at all yet here. Through 2. So we'll see if these players can keep this up. Just super duper solid early shooting. And then not too much time wasted around the doubling. So we see Mike putting in 24 and 26 art legs there. So he'll be trying to keep that number around 8 visits, if not fewer,
81.
as Darron will try to match him there. Got his work cut out from him. Excuse me, got his work cut out for him here. As Mike takes a 79 point lead here early in leg 3 with the darts. Turning into quite a leg for Mike here on 144 through 12.
28.
Will he have a chance here in this 5th visit? Nope, but he will certainly have a chance in his 6th.
4.
Laurie's saying Mike on fire. He is absolutely on a tear. This will be his first visit without a treble this leg, hopefully. Oh, no. What a terrible time to start missing. Oh, and misses some more. I think he's on 8. He is, and what a recovery. Oh, my goodness. 6 treble, 12 double 4. Many ways to skin a cat. It's City League. You can go your own way. Mike certainly has. Ooh, what a heart rate rising way to check that one out. But it's in there nonetheless. Kenny's saying, wow, great way to hold nerve. Laurie's saying he wants it, wants those playoffs. Boom. That's my mentor, indeed.
No. 38.
Well, Laurie, he might be your mentor, but you know what that was not? Was 3 darts thrown the same way.
Ah. 5.
I really like that switch over to 18s and then back to 20s there. Put himself up on a cleaner 320 maximum and leave him on a nice tidy 140. Laurie reminding us all that it's an easy game if you hit what you're aiming for.
Yeah. 68.
I believe that's an ancient Dutch proverb, if my history suits me.
60.
Or perhaps it was the Scots. Looking for 2 trebles here at least to get into range. Gilligan. That's what they call him. Down on the lot. 2 trebles to get into range. Gilligan. I'm just kidding. No one has ever called him that. And after tonight, no one ever will again. Ooh, that's... Oh, no. Well, still not a time to try to shoot for a 41 there. Definitely would have moved down to the 19s. That 3rd dart. Also wouldn't have hit the single 5. Who am I kidding? I absolutely would have hit the single 5. Were I aiming for the 20? Because that's what I do.
Oh, I'll let no 40.
Again, he's saying he's eager to see someone set up a ton and hit the first start in the single 20 and then see if they go tops. Aren't we all eager for that? Got to move down to the 19s here, Gilligan, to set up the 164. He moves, but misses. Advantage Ross.
41, 53.
But it's not a huge one. 60 would leave Mike on a 1 treble visit. That's what he's going for minimum. He wouldn't mind a ton 40 from here. He wouldn't mind a ton from here.
45.
Well, the chance will be had for Mike. Will it be bullseye or 20s here for a start? Place your bets. I think it's 25. I think it's a high 25, not a low treble 20.
44.
Missing the big number here, Darron. Now 5 for tops. 45 remaining. Oh no, wanted to split down to the 32. He does it, but it takes him his remaining 2 darts to cut the difference. 32 if he gets a chance back. Gilligan to keep the sheet clean through 4. Treble 17 would leave tops. Treble 14 would leave double 16. Single 20 will have to leave tops, and he'll have to hope for a miss from the beard, who will have 3 clear at double 16 for his first leg. And to hold a throw, and he gets it there with that very first one. Welcome to the scoreboard, Darron Ross. Darts are back in Mike's hands in this 5th leg. So solid stuff from these players. Gilligan with checkouts of 66, 20, and 50. And Darron, as we just saw, with that double 16. Surprising lack of power scoring, certainly on the right side of the board. I would have expected at least a couple more ton or betters on the right side of the screen. However, there have been plenty of 80-somethings, 90-somethings, really from both these players, which are contributing to those averages. And wow, it just sort of slipped me in that 3rd leg. That 18 darter there from Gilligan.
55.
Could have been 17 if he didn't bounce around the board quite so much. I was sort of flustered by the manner of the checkout. I sort of lost track at how awesome that leg had developed. Mike there in leg 3 shooting 95, ton, 81, 81, 94. And then going 6, treble 12, double 4 for a 50 checkout.
Yay. 7.
Oh, 28.
85.
Great third dart there from the Beard, finding that treble 20. To put some pressure back on Mike's darts here.
Ooh, 180.
Wow, it is the maximum there for the Beard. I wasn't sure if one of those was a little bit low. That's why I didn't say anything. Waited for the call. The call is good on 133 after 5 visits. We'll see if he can bring that home.
41.
How about treble 19, double 19, double 19? Who wants to see it? I want to see it. I'm glad he's not going that route, though. 113 left. Ooh, 112 now.
Again.
Well, below a ton now, leaving himself 97. Gilligan now looking for 99. I would go 19 first start just to get it out of the way. Oh, now it's going to have to be 2 big trebles from here. Treble 18 for tops for Darron. Well, he will be able to set it up. Ooh, and set it up he does. He'll leave double 8 when he comes back to the board.
80. 1.
And will that 16 be under pressure?
Damn it.
Unlikely.
26.
Ooh, no pressure at all. Well, okay, yes, some pressure. Anyway, inside, double 4 now. Oh, and that's a bust into that double 13. So a possible 161. But it will have to be impeccable on all 3. Figure he's starting on the 20s. Ooh, decent distance, just off with the line there. Another crack at the double 16 or double 8, excuse me here, 416. And there it goes. Darron's starting a little bit of comeback here. Making a statement. After going down 3-0 early, goes hold break and could get this game right back to even with another hold here. Tidy enough, 26 darter.
25.
Finding those fives. Fives for just having one leg 5, perhaps. As we see this standard staying pretty high. And the Beard registering that beautiful maximum. And getting paid for the effort. That 26 start leg, despite a bust
100.
on his first crack at the double 8. So good shooting there indeed.
$43.
No. 26.
Well, Darron could throw in another maximum next visit and get himself to a big fish. Mike, on the other hand, will need 2 visits to get into range. 2 visits at least, I should say. Ooh, that'll help. That will help indeed.
Fine.
Well, it's a scoring sandwich from the beard here, this leg, opening up with a 25, then going ton, then going 26, then going ton. You wonder if his 5th visit might be a 27.
100.
It's like one of those puzzle books from school. The 20's in. 5 is in, double 1 or single 2. No, the 27 is off. It's going to be a 30 for the beard. But he'll just need 60 to get down to a 160 next visit. However, Gilligan, with these last 2 visits of 85 and a ton, has taken the darts away from the beard. Well, it wasn't the prettiest visit, but it'll still get him to a checkout first. Needs at least one more 20 here. Finds it, but Gilligan still effectively with the darts here in leg 6. To go up a break. I won't be able to set much up. So Darron, applies pressure early. Treble 20, one more of those will leave tops. No. Treble 19 now from 97.
Nope.
I think is a 3.
60.
It is a 3. So Darron maybe with the advantage, however slight it may be. Gilligan here. 54 is in. 71 remaining. How's he going to cut it? Wanted treble 13 for double 16. Has to do a layup on single 18 for tops.
Oh, 85.
So treble 18 here for Darron. Now it's treble 20 for double 8 from 76. Oh, very tight second dart there. Oddly choosing to go 19s from 71 to leave 14. Not sure about that one. As it is, double 20 here for Gilligan for the break. Great leg. Not a bad effort there from Darron. Getting himself down close, but not able to even get a chance at the checkout there. That was not for counting. That was not a counting issue, not getting a check out. That was just Gilligan getting down there first. Kenny, at some point recently, I think during that leg, asking if Mike just got cold. No way. 22 dart leg there. That go around.
60.
Taking some of that momentum back away from the beard. Continuing to push these numbers up, both these players. But I'll keep on saying it, despite that maximum, still not quite as much power scoring as I think I expected coming into this match this evening. But Mike's still doing well for himself to set up a very realistic chance to make these quarantine Premier League playoffs. Again, just the top 4 regular season finishers will make it there to the playoffs. So Kenny Johnson definitely in. Toaster Dave Weiland definitely in.
121.
Jerry Melendez definitely in, as he cannot be
24.
surpassed by Gilligan, but can be surpassed by Jesse Hopper. So it's really Jesse who Mike Gilligan is going to be looking out for in his next and final match. And again, that is to be scheduled.
38.
So Kenny's saying we'll see what happens Sunday. Toaster has to
25.
beat him, Kenny Slinger, to take the first seed. That is going to be an exciting matchup, that 1-2 fight.
No, 41.
One, 3-2 does not have to go the bullseye route here, with the beard stuck back at 306. Does it anyway. I don't know what he hit. I think it was a 25 to leave the 107 there.
37.
It was missing that triple 19 into the 7 and then the 20 into the 5.
60.
But still with plenty of time. Darron way back at 246. Gilligan looking for treble 19 here with his first. Finds a single thereof. Could go double 18, double 20. Instead wanted the treble 20. It'll be 16 to set up tops
55.
for his 8th and potentially final visit this leg. And to put him within 1 point,
5.
1 leg of a guaranteed point. Ooh, a little bit high, but should be a good marker. It is. Knocks it right there. Beautiful stuff again from Gilligan. Darron needs to hold here
Oh, come on. D.
to try to play spoiler.
37.
Ooh, it's low and more importantly in the way there. But Mike refuses to switch in those situations. There's almost no, the way he throws the dart, there was just no way around that first one. But he just does not like switching down to the 19s under any circumstance ever. That's a good dart in the top of that bed, leaving plenty of room beneath it. Still plenty of room to the side. I was going to say Mike taking the darts this leg, but Darron seems to be mounting a pretty good response of his own on the throw. Like I said, the hold has got to stick here. Otherwise, Mike will be guaranteed a point and will just be one away for the match and both ranking points to set himself up, albeit temporarily, potentially, in a chance to make the playoffs.
28.
And it will be up to the Week 8 match between the West Texas Marauder Jerry Melendez and Rattlesnake Jesse Hopper to determine whether or not Gilligan makes the playoffs. Of course, it still could be up to the Beard here,
60.
who could start mounting a comeback, come up with 5 on the spin, and end Gilligan's chances. But we'll see. Lots could happen. And I'm not even ready to get into leg differential talk yet until this match settles down and you see how it's all shaken out. Lori is saying she thought Jared was El Guapo.
62.
So he, at the beginning of the season, I had the players tell me their nickname, and he had a number of them and kind of said, pick one. I was like, all right, whatever, West Texas Marauder. But then where the El Guapo comes from on the schedule that you see on the broadcasts is based on what the players have put in their Darts Atlas nicknames. So Jerry, just in his Darts Atlas profile, has set his nickname as El Guapo, and that's why you see it there on the schedule and why I kind of referenced it earlier. But in my mind, still, this season is still the West Texas Marauder, like 99% of the time.
41.
A 144 here would be emphatic. It would be incendiary. It would be pretty awesome. But after that first start, it would be mathematically impossible.
24.
Shanghai here for Gilligan. One each of the 20 segments, single, double, treble.
Yeah.
Does not need a single one, however. Back to the treble 20s from 100. Oh, and does not need another one again. Finding himself on the lone 3-dart combo below 100. The dreaded 9-9. Ever the risk when you're stuck shooting for 100, which is not infrequently. And there's just nothing you can do about it other than get better at shooting those darts straight. I should know. I don't do it at all. Tops, tops. Treble 16, double 16. Tops, top it. He wanted double 17 now to try to set up double 12. Now 58 it'll be if he comes back. But first, we got to answer what will it be from the beard. Oh no. It's a 5 for 63. 13's here to try to set up a bullseye. For a third leg on the board. Oh, good effort. I think he found the 14. Is that a 32 scored? It is a 32 scored to leave himself on double 18. Single 18 here for Mike now. For the steal, you won't call it a steal, but for a break, it's certainly going to be a break way high on the first. A bit too high on the second as well. Double 18 now for a chance that was not necessarily likely when Mike stepped into the Aki, but has been taken here from the beard. Doing great to find the range using that first mark to dial in the second. And now Darron just down one break. And that break has got to get back here and now if he wants to spoil Gilligan's playoff run. But first, what does Sweet Action have to say about it? He has to say members bounce off the red flight about it. My goodness, just look at how evenly and steadily Darron's darts fly into the board. That is just a thing of beauty. What he's done in his motion to get that replicated, to get that so darn consistent. I'll tell you, you will never see Darron's darts flinging around or doing a wobble or going in at crazy angles or trajectories unless they are just straight up deflected.
Oh, 60 again.
Now, these early tons really helping boost Sweet Action's first 9 average there. And of course, his overall average as well. Power scoring's keeping up. Bit of a blip in the dark counts last leg. But I feel like we're on track to correct that here.
60.
So 3 big singles for Mike would put him into range. He'd love for them to be single 20s. I'm sure that's what he'll target all turn long. Too cold, too hot, too hotter. A great third dart from the beard, but not enough that visit to force Mike to do this in 3. He will have 6 at the 157. As he so needs.
41.
Oh, that could be a great marker to set up a double 18. Oh, a little bit too low. Can he wedge something in between them?
Yeah, 41.
We'll never know because it was thrown well outside. I meant, can he wedge one in there by, like, can a dart physically make its way there if thrown well and on target? Anyway, I suspect the answer was no. Treble 17 here for double 12 is the intention. Ooh, it's on. Double 12 for the guaranteed point. Oh no, instead it's double 5 for double 7. Ooh, if on one hand I offered you a guaranteed point, and on the other hand I offered you instead a chance to throw at double 7, gotta think you'd take the guaranteed point. Surprise, Mike didn't take the guaranteed point. Surprise, he took double 7. Maybe the gypsy was very convincing. Show me your wares, Dart Gypsy. Show me your double 7 tricks. There are your double 7 tricks, Dart Gypsy. Gilligan there guaranteeing himself at least 1 point for this match. The worst he can do is a 6-6 draw, but the way he is playing, I don't think that's how it's going to go.
85.
Finding a 26 starter there in his 9th visit in the 9th leg. How do you do? Lori saying she loves double 7. That's okay. The word masochist exists for a reason. Laura's saying, come on, Mike, almost there.
60.
He is almost there. He's close to getting over the line here. You could do it in this 10th leg of this best of 12 week 8 quarantine Premier League matchup.
Maybe.
Now these players keeping pace with each other.
45.
Darron going 85-60. Gilligan going 60-80. Now Darron with that 45. We'll see where Gilligan goes here in his 3rd visit. Neither of these players letting the other in. Not by the hair
45.
of their chinny chin chin or beard. 720s. Minimum is what Gilligan is going for here to get himself into range. Ones were not involved in that plan, I can assure you. So I think we hear
43.
whispers of whiskers on the left side. Sounds like an Artemis cat to me. All right, I've got my math aware button ready to slam here on Darren, and it won't matter. I'm not sure if he was going 18, 20, 25, or if that was just going to be 20, 20, 20 with a miss right on the into the one. Anyway, chance here for Gilligan to wreck my heart. He will need straight 65, 20, 20, 25.
Fuck you.
Well, now it's going to have to be a treble. And now it's just not going to go. Now it's going to have to be in some future turn 6 darts or more away. And it could be 5.
No. 26.
And there's the bogey for the beard. The old bogey beard. But it doesn't matter just yet, as Gilligan still has to work it out from him. Now it matters a little bit more. Now it definitely matters. What? Are you kidding me? Wow. Again, that treble 20, treble 1 segment I'm having a hard time seeing. I could have sworn that dart was in that treble 20. Wrong again. Meanwhile, Darren putting a ton of pressure on from that bogey 162, taking that down to a straight 6-2. Shaving off the 1 from the front. And that made this leg a bit more interesting all of a sudden. So a very real chance to extend the match here, Darren. It's going either 12 or 20. Well, it was 12 for tops. Now it's treble 12 for double 8, which is a bit outside.
46.
So a chance here for Mike, albeit an outside one. Outside into the single 5 chance that was. So, double 8 again for Darren. Well outside the first one. Not outside on the second one, though. Finding it with just a little bit of room to spare on that 16 side. Staying alive. It's going to have to come up with another break a throw, and it's going to have to happen right this second. So good numbers being kept up here. And we have either 1 or 2 legs left to play in this best of 12. We're coming down the home stretch. We don't always go this distance in the Quarantine Premier League. I don't know what the median number of legs played is. If I had to guess, I would say 10, or like maybe put the line at like 10 and a quarter. So just an early 9 there. Darren could, well, maybe not with a 1 and a 5. Darren could have set himself up early to push this to a last leg decider to try to eke out a point and potentially play spoiler to Mike's playoff chances. But this is going to be the leg to do it. As Gilligan is finding some range there. That dart not in the 1. In fact, finding the treble 20.
81.
Like I thought it did again, but what good is me thinking it's there? Doing any of us? Answer, not much.
Come on. Money.
Well, not even a ton 80 would get Mike into range here. Not like he doesn't want one, mind you. See there, like I think that's a treble 20 with the first start.
85.
It is. And then that third one finding itself on the left side of that wire.
Ricochet. 83.
Well, that's one way to get down to a big fish there. So Darron will have at least 3 at it, but it could be more. Unless this is a treble 20 with the third dart. So 6 starts at the 170 to push this to a last leg decider. How well can he set it up?
60.
Could be well enough. Could be well enough. Also partially depends on how much pressure can be put on from here. Oh, potentially not a whole lot. Needs to find that single 20. No! I think will leave himself on a bogey 162. Yes. So Darron's missed into that single 5 will not go punished. Not this visit, at least. So great visit there to set up a double 16 for his return. Well, we could be going there. Could be going to the last leg decider. It's all up to Darron and how he's feeling about double 16. Not great yet. Double 8. He's feeling good about double 8 again. We've seen it before. We're seeing it again. The double 8 and the 18 likes the doubles with the 8 in it. The beard Darron Ross does. Throwing now for a chance to split these points with sweet action in this final leg. So that was Darron's best leg of the match, 23 darter. And we'll see if Gilligan can bring it home or if the beard
26.
will snatch that second point away from him. In what I will say is a most unsuspecting manner.
26.
I would not necessarily have predicted us to get to this last leg decider. But here we are. But here we
64.
are. And I know those sorts of visits just frustrate the heck out of Mike when he gets a dart in the treble 20 bed with plenty of room and at least one more dart in his hand to not come up with at least 20 more. I know it really bugs him. Wow, a great 1-2-1 there. That action was very sweet. That first start from Darron, however, not so sweet.
No.
19-20 for his efforts. Excuse me. The hard way, he says. The hard way indeed. All right, gets the 18 out of the way for a start. Now moving to 20s here to try to set up the 164. Needs a treble here. Oh, well thrown. I think that dart got clipped out of the way by the blue flight there.
60.
So how far can he get from 204? First milestone is to get into range. Second milestone is to get into close range. This could be a close... it's a mid-range setup. Darron finding first start flyer.
What the hell? 11.
11 all over the place there for Darron. Sort of losing his concentration, perhaps. That visit, very possible. 104 here for sweet action. Which way is he going to go? It might be 18s. It is. Treble 18 would leave double 16. 42 or 82 left, so maybe treble 14. I don't know if he's going to go the 25 or the treble 14 route. It was the treble 14s, and they didn't go. All right, 3 very well thrown darts there from Darron. Quite a difference between those 3 and the previous 3, I'll tell you. But Mike here with a chance. He should have at least one chance at double this visit. Treble 19 is the starting target. Well, 3 leaves him a chance. 20 for the bullseye for the match with style, in style. Oh, bit outside.
36.
Chance for the beard is not going to be taken. Treble 20 here would put on a good bit of pressure. 47, not so much.
47.
So 5 for double 16 here for sweet action. Maybe it's 17 for double 10. He has been known to like double 10s. However, the last couple of seasons of the Premier League has been known to miss them as he misses the 5 into the single 12. 25 remaining. Maybe just goes next door to the single 9. Tries to, misses it again. Oh, and he just busts it. It just busts the whole way.
Come on.
He wanted the 5 again to leave double 4. And found some more 12s for his effort. Mike back at 37 here as the 102 is all sorts of off.
36.
Let's try this again. Single 5. Double 16. Double 8. There it is.
Good darts.
Oh, yeah.
Getting through the door eventually there
Darron.
is Mike
Well,
Gilligan
better darts at least.
doing interesting things to the standings. Who, let me tell you, we will bring that up in a second. The the Beard doing a great job to mount a comeback there late, push that to the last leg decider, and just couldn't make it happen there in the very end. Certainly gave Sweet Action a run for his money, though. Both players putting in some real solid performances. We see good, just good averaging, good ton shooting, just good numbers all the way up and down from these players. So here's really what matters. Here's what's important. Here's what we're doing this for, the standings table as we head into playoffs. So Gilligan there. That's it. He's done for the regular season. No more opportunities to get points on the board. Next week we have 1 and 2. Let's actually bring up that schedule here. So already scheduled is that 1-2 matchup for Saturday at 1 p.m. Central time there. So all these times are in Central between the Slinger and the Toaster. So that'll dictate the 1-2 seeds going into the playoffs. No implications there on the later match that Saturday kind of matinee or early evening between Silver Fox and TG Mike Hughes. So they're just playing for points, playing for the glory, playing for the pride, playing for the stats. But yet to be scheduled still. The other big Week 9 matchup is, like I said, that number 3, number 5 bout between the West Texas Marauder Jerry Melendez and Rattlesnake Jesse Hopper. Yet to be determined. We'll certainly fill you all in with that. That will be posted on the City League YouTube channel as soon as it's scheduled. And of course, we'll always mention those on the streams here, and we'll announce stuff on Twitter as well as we get into the final playoff night, which will be broadcast live, and the schedule will be determined once we figure out exactly who those 4 playoff contenders will be. We'll coordinate schedules, figure out when we all have a 3-hour block to play together, and we'll run those all back to back to back. Semifinal 1, semifinal 2, and then the Quarantine Premier League Championship. So that'll do it for us for this evening. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Always appreciate it. Thanks for engaging in the chat. If you don't already, certainly be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. A couple more subscribers, and then we get to do a custom URL. I know I hate to do the subscriber push thing. I just want to get to 100 so I can get the vanity URL on the YouTube stuff sorted out. You need 100 subscribers to do it. After that, I swear I'll never push for subs again. So, all right. That's it. When we're looking at the schedule as we call this out. Cheers, y'all, and catch you next time.